Hey everyone, welcome back to SwitchTop. If you're looking to unwind after a long day or just want something relaxing to play on your Switch, you're in the right place. Today, we're counting down the top 30 cozy games that'll help you chill out and feel good. These are games where you can take your time. There's no pressure, and honestly, they're just pure comfort gaming. Let's jump into it. Kamaeru, a frog refuge, is all about creating a sanctuary for adorable frogs, and honestly, it's as relaxing as it sounds. You start with a small wetland area, and your job is to restore it by planting vegetation, cleaning up the environment, and setting up the perfect conditions to attract different frog species. The gameplay loop is simple but satisfying. You collect seeds and resources, decorate your refuge with various items like logs and rocks, and watch as frogs start showing up to make it their home. Each frog species has specific preferences for habitat conditions, like water depth and plant types, so you'll need to create diverse environments to attract them all. There's a photography element where you can snap pictures of your frogs for your collection, and you can even breed frogs to discover new color variations. The game has no timers or fail states, so you can play at your own pace while enjoying the peaceful soundtrack and watching your little frog friends hop around. It's the perfect game for nature lovers and anyone who finds frogs unbearably cute. Dinkum drops you onto an uninhabited Australian-inspired island where you'll build a town from scratch while capturing the laid-back vibes of the outback. You arrive with nothing but a tent and some basic tools, and from there you can farm crops, raise animals like chickens and cows, go fishing in the ocean or rivers, mine for resources in caves, and even catch bugs and critters unique to the island. The game runs on a day-night cycle where you'll need to manage your energy levels. When you run out of stamina, you'll pass out and wake up the next day. As you progress, you can invite various NPCs to move to your island, who'll set up shops and services like a general store, museum, and even a tavern. The crafting system lets you build and place structures anywhere on the island, so you have complete freedom in designing your town layout. You can also visit other players' islands online to trade resources and see their creations. The Australian wildlife adds character with kangaroos hopping around and cockatoos flying overhead, while dangerous creatures like crocodiles and sharks keep you on your toes during exploration. PowerWash Simulator 2 takes the surprisingly therapeutic concept of pressure washing dirty objects and expands it with new tools, locations, and features. The core gameplay is incredibly straightforward. You're given a filthy house, vehicle, playground, or other structure, and you use your pressure washer to blast away every speck of dirt until it's sparkling clean. You'll start each job with a standard nozzle, but can switch between different spray patterns and soap types to tackle various kinds of grime more effectively. The game tracks your cleaning percentage in real time, and there's something deeply satisfying about watching that number climb to 100% as surfaces transform from grimy to pristine. This sequel adds new equipment like surface cleaners for large flat areas and extension wands for hard-to-reach spots. Plus, you can now customize your pressure washer with different colors and designs. The career mode sends you to increasingly elaborate and dirty locations, while free play lets you revisit any job to perfect your technique. You can also team up with friends in online co-op to tackle big jobs together. There's no story to follow, no enemies to fight, just pure meditative cleaning that somehow manages to be incredibly relaxing and oddly addictive. Tempopo stands out as one of the most relaxing, cozy games on Nintendo Switch, offering a gentle mix of musical puzzles and warm charm that feels perfect for unwinding. You guide small, flower-like creatures across floating sky islands, each level built around soft rhythms that shape how the world reacts as you move. The game leans into a calm, thoughtful pace, letting you experiment with routes and patterns without pressure, while the 3D environments give each island a bright, airy look that feels inviting from the moment you start. As you solve puzzles, you gradually expand a personal garden where the rescued Tempopo settle, adding a small layer of creativity and expression that enhances the cozy atmosphere. The mechanics are simple to learn, but layered enough to stay engaging, using music not as a gimmick, but as a natural part of movement and interaction. Everything here is built to reduce friction, relaxed progression, accessibility options, and puzzles designed to encourage curiosity rather than punishment. It's the kind of cozy experience that rewards patience, encourages small, satisfying discoveries, and creates a peaceful rhythm that's easy to get absorbed in, making it a memorable pick for anyone who enjoys gentle puzzle adventures. Disney Dreamlight Valley lets you live in a magical neighborhood alongside classic Disney and Pixar characters who've forgotten their memories due to a mysterious force called the Forgetting. You play as a custom character who returns to Dreamlight Valley and must help restore the land by removing magical thorns called night thorns, and rebuilding relationships with iconic characters like Mickey Mouse, Goofy, and Moana. The gameplay combines life simulation elements with light adventure as you farm crops, cook meals using recipes from Disney movies, mine for gems, fish in various biomes, and craft furniture to decorate your valley. Each Disney character has their own friendship questline that unlocks as you spend time with them and give them gifts they like, gradually revealing story bits about what happened during the Forgetting. You can redesign the entire valley by moving buildings and decorating outdoor spaces, or focus on customizing your own house with Disney-themed furniture. New characters and realms are regularly added through free updates, expanding the roster beyond the base game. The progression system lets you unlock new areas like the Frosted Heights and Forgotten Lands by spending Dreamlight currency earned through daily tasks. Unpacking tells a wordless story about a person's life through the simple act of unpacking boxes and placing belongings in new living spaces. Each level represents a different move to a new home across different life stages, from a childhood bedroom to college dorms, shared apartments, and beyond. You click on cardboard boxes and pull out items one by one: books, clothes, kitchen utensils, electronics, toys, and personal mementos. Then find appropriate places to put them in the available space. The game doesn't give you explicit instructions about where things should go, but items have logical homes, and the game gently guides you with audio cues and subtle hints. As you progress through the levels, you'll notice recurring items that tell you about this person's interests, relationships, and life changes, without any dialogue or text. A beloved stuffed pig shows up in every home. Photos reveal changing relationships, and career shifts become apparent through the objects you unpack. Hello Kitty Island Adventure is a surprisingly deep life simulation game set on an abandoned island theme park, where Hello Kitty and her Sanrio friends need your help to restore it. You create your custom character and quickly meet the lovable cast, including My Melody, Kuromi, Pom Pom Purin, and Cinema Roll, who've all been mysteriously brought to the island. The gameplay involves exploring diverse biomes, from tropical beaches to spooky forests and snowy mountains, each hiding secrets and crafting materials. You'll gather resources, craft items, solve environmental puzzles, and complete quests for the Sanrio characters to unlock new areas and rebuild attractions throughout the theme park. The game includes surprisingly robust systems like cooking, where you combine ingredients for stamina-restoring meals, and a wardrobe system with hundreds of clothing items and accessories to collect. You can also befriend and adopt various creatures you find on the island to keep as pets. The quests often involve platforming elements like climbing cliffs and gliding between areas, adding light adventure mechanics to the cozy formula. Spiritfarer casts you as Stella, the new ferryman of the deceased who helps spirits transition to the afterlife by caring for them on your boat. The game deals with themes of death and saying goodbye, but does so with warmth, humor, and beautiful hand-drawn animation. You'll explore a mystical archipelago, picking up various spirit passengers who appear as anthropomorphic animals, each with their own personality, backstory, and final requests. Your boat serves as a mobile home that you constantly expand by building new structures like guest houses, gardens, kitchens, and workshops using resources gathered from islands. The gameplay loop involves farming crops, cooking meals, fishing, mining, and crafting items, while managing your passengers' needs and happiness levels. Each spirit has favorite foods, preferred room decorations, and personal quests that explore their life stories and regrets. As you fulfill their wishes and help them find peace, you'll eventually need to say goodbye at the Everdoor, the gateway to the afterlife. The platforming is smooth and satisfying as you jump around your boat and explore islands, while minigames for activities like weaving and sawing add variety. Coffee Talk puts you behind the counter of a late-night coffee shop in an alternate Seattle, where humans live alongside fantasy races like elves, orcs, and succubi. You play as the barista, who serves drinks and listens to customers share their problems, dreams, and stories during the quiet hours after midnight. The gameplay centers on making beverages by combining 3 ingredients from your stock of coffee, tea, milk, honey, and other additions to match what customers order or experiment with new recipes. Getting orders right increases customer satisfaction and can influence their mood and the direction of conversations. The real heart of the game is the dialogue, as various characters visit your shop night after night, and you'll witness their stories unfold, relationships developing, career struggles, dealing with prejudice between species, and personal growth. You don't have dialogue choices, but your drink-making decisions can subtly affect outcomes and unlock different story branches. The pixel art captures the cozy ambiance of a coffee shop perfectly, with rain pattering against windows, lo-fi music playing, and the warm glow of interior lighting. Animal Crossing New Horizons gives you a deserted island and complete freedom to transform it into whatever you want while building a community of adorable animal villagers. You start with just a tent and 2 random animal neighbors, working with Tom Nook to develop the island by gathering resources, crafting tools, and completing milestones that unlock new features. The game operates in real time, synced to your Switch's clock, meaning the time of day and seasons match reality. If it's winter where you live, there's snow on your island. You'll spend your days fishing in rivers and oceans, catching bugs, digging up fossils, shaking trees for fruit, and collecting materials to craft furniture and tools. As your island develops, you'll attract up to 10 animal villagers who move into houses you help place, each with distinct personalities and dialogue. The museum lets you donate discoveries to create a growing collection, while the Able Sisters shop provides clothing for customizing your character's look. New Horizons introduced terraforming, letting you reshape cliffs and waterways to design your island layout exactly how you want. Fae Farm takes the farming sim formula and adds a magical twist by setting it in the enchanted world of Azoria, where you'll cultivate crops, raise animals, and explore dungeons filled with magical creatures. You arrive on the island and quickly discover that strange whirlpools are threatening the land, so you'll need to help restore balance while building up your farm. The farming mechanics are smooth and satisfying. You'll plant seasonal crops, water them daily, and harvest them for profit or crafting materials. Beyond the farm, you can venture into procedurally generated dungeons called jumbles, where you'll gather resources, fight simple combat encounters against sprites and elementals, and find magical items. The game includes a robust crafting system for making potions, cooking meals, and creating furniture to decorate your farmhouse. You can also romance and eventually marry one of several townspeople after building up your relationship through gifts and conversations. Multiplayer lets up to 4 players work together on the same farm, making it great for co-op sessions with friends. The art style is bright and whimsical, with a pastel color palette that gives everything a fairy tale feel. While it borrows heavily from games like Stardew Valley, the magical setting and dungeon exploration give it enough personality to stand on its own as a relaxing farming adventure. Story of Seasons: Friends of Mineral Town is a remake of the beloved Game Boy Advance classic that started many people's love for farming games. You inherit your grandfather's old farm in the small town of Mineral Town and must restore it from an overgrown plot of land into a thriving agricultural business. The core gameplay revolves around typical farming activities: tilling soil, planting crops, watering them each day, and raising livestock like cows, chickens, and sheep that produce milk, eggs, and wool. You'll need to manage your stamina carefully, since every action depletes it, and passing out from exhaustion will land you in the clinic. The town is full of memorable characters you can befriend by talking to them daily and giving gifts, with 10 marriage candidates to pursue if you want to start a family. Mining is a big part of the game, where you'll explore caves to gather ore and gems while managing your stamina and tools. Seasonal festivals throughout the year add variety, from horse races to cooking competitions. The remake updates the visuals with a cute 3D art style while keeping the relaxing gameplay loop intact. Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma brings the farming and dungeon crawling hybrid series to a Japanese-inspired setting for the first time. You play as a young earth dancer who arrives in the eastern land of Azuma and discovers that the land is being corrupted by a mysterious blight. Your job is to restore balance by purifying the land, helping the local community, and uncovering the source of the corruption. The farming mechanics let you grow traditional Japanese crops like rice, soybeans, and various vegetables, while also taming monsters you defeat in dungeons to help work your farm. Combat is real-time action RPG style, where you can use swords, spears, or magic to fight through dungeons filled with monsters and bosses. The game blends farming sim with RPG progression as you level up stats, craft better equipment, and unlock new abilities. You can befriend and romance several characters in town, eventually getting married and starting a family. The Japanese aesthetic runs through everything from the architecture to the festivals and seasonal events. Crafting is extensive, letting you cook meals, forge weapons, craft accessories, and create potions using materials from both farming and dungeon crawling. Harvest Moon: One World takes you on a journey across 5 distinct regions as you try to bring back lost crops to a world where they've mysteriously vanished. You start in a small village where only a few basic crops can grow, but after receiving mysterious seeds from the harvest goddess, you discover you have the power to restore vegetation worldwide. The game's biggest change from traditional entries is that you're not stuck on one farm. Instead, you'll travel between different biomes, like snowy mountains, tropical beaches, desert oases, and more, setting up farm plots in each location. Each region has unique crops that can only be grown in that climate, encouraging you to maintain multiple farms and travel between them. You can bring along farm animals as you explore, and there's a mutation system where combining certain crops creates new hybrid varieties. The game includes marriage candidates scattered across the regions, and you'll need to build relationships by finding and giving them their favorite items. Exploration is more open than previous Harvest Moon games, with side quests from villagers and hidden areas to discover. Mining, fishing, and raising livestock all return with their familiar mechanics. My Time at Portia puts you in the role of a builder who inherits their father's neglected workshop in the town of Portia, a colorful, post-apocalyptic world where humanity has rebuilt civilization. Your goal is to restore the workshop to its former glory by taking on commissions from townsfolk, gathering resources, and crafting everything from furniture to bridges and machinery. The crafting system is the heart of the game. You'll gather raw materials like wood, stone, and ore, process them in various machines, then assemble items on your workstation using blueprints. Exploration takes you to abandoned ruins, where you'll mine for relics and materials while avoiding or fighting simple enemies. The town is full of characters with their own schedules and routines, and you can build friendships by chatting, giving gifts, and completing their personal requests. Romance options lead to marriage and eventually children. Mini-games break up the crafting, including fishing, sparring competitions, and various festival events throughout the year. The game operates on a day-night cycle, where you need to manage your stamina and sleeping restores it for the next day. Is This Seat Taken is a short, heartwarming narrative game about an elderly woman named Margaret who rides the bus every day and interacts with the various passengers who sit beside her. You don't control Margaret directly. Instead, the game unfolds through automated scenes where different characters occupy the seat next to her across multiple bus rides. Each passenger has their own story, problems, and personality, and through brief conversations, you witness small moments of human connection. Some passengers are regulars who appear multiple times, letting you see their lives develop over weeks and months. Others are one-time encounters that leave lasting impressions. The gameplay is minimal. You're mainly observing and reading dialogue, with occasional, simple choices about how Margaret responds. The art style uses simple but expressive character designs that convey emotion effectively. What makes the game special is how it captures the quiet intimacy of public transit interactions and the way strangers can impact each other's lives in small but meaningful ways. The game takes about an hour to complete and explores themes of loneliness, community, aging, and finding connection in everyday moments. Story of Seasons Pioneers of Olivetown puts you in charge of revitalizing your grandfather's abandoned campground and turning the surrounding wilderness into a thriving farm and tourist destination. You arrive to find the land completely overgrown with trees, rocks, and debris, so the early game focuses heavily on clearing the land and processing raw materials. The core farming mechanics are familiar. Plant crops, water them, raise animals, and sell your produce for profit. The big addition here is the maker system, where you'll craft numerous machines to process materials automatically, from lumber makers to seed makers and mayo makers. The town of Olivetown is small initially, but grows as you complete requests and attract new residents and businesses. You can romance and marry one of 10 bachelor or bachelorettes with same-sex marriage available. The game includes a photo mode for capturing moments around your farm and town. Mining returns with a cave system, where you'll gather ore and gems needed for crafting and upgrading tools. Customization is extensive. You can place farm buildings anywhere, terraform the land, and decorate with hundreds of furniture items. The visuals use a soft 3D style with gentle colors and smooth animations. Tiny Bookshop is a charming puzzle game where you organize books on shelves to create a perfect little bookstore. Each level presents you with a bookshelf and a collection of books with different sizes, colors, and genres, and you need to arrange them in a way that's both aesthetically pleasing and follows certain rules. Some levels require you to group books by color, others by size, and some have specific patterns or arrangements you need to achieve. The gameplay is all about spatial reasoning and finding the right combinations. Books can only fit in certain configurations, and you'll need to experiment to find solutions. The game has a relaxing pace, with no timers or penalties for mistakes, letting you rearrange books as many times as needed. The pixel art style is adorable, with lots of cozy details like plants, lamps, and decorations around the shop. There's a light narrative thread about building up your bookshop and attracting customers, but it's mainly there to provide context for the puzzles. Soft background music and satisfying sound effects when you place books correctly make the whole experience feel zen-like. New mechanics get introduced gradually, like books that need to be grouped together or shelves with special requirements. Wilmot Works It Out is a puzzle game about a square character named Wilmot, who receives jigsaw puzzle pieces in the mail and must assemble them on his ever-expanding corkboard. Unlike traditional jigsaw puzzles, you don't have a reference image. Instead, you need to figure out how pieces connect by looking at their artwork, colors, and edge shapes. Pieces arrive gradually through deliveries, so you can't rush ahead. You work with what you have and slowly build out each puzzle over time. The game encourages you to organize your board however you want, pinning related pieces near each other and creating your own system. As you complete sections, new deliveries bring pieces for different puzzles, so you'll have multiple puzzles in progress simultaneously. The art on the pieces is charming and whimsical, depicting various scenes from nature, buildings, objects, and abstract designs. There's no time pressure or failure states. You just work at your own pace, rearranging and connecting pieces as you spot relationships. The satisfaction comes from those aha moments when you realize how two sections connect, or when you finally complete a puzzle you've been working on for a while. Strange Antiquities is an intimate narrative game where you play as a shop owner who buys, cleans, researches, and sells mysterious antique items while uncovering the stories behind them. Each item that comes into your shop has a history: letters tucked in desk drawers, stains that hint at past events, wear patterns that tell of years of use. You'll examine objects closely, clean them carefully, and research their origins using your computer and reference books. As you learn about each item's past, you piece together stories about the people who owned them, their relationships, struggles, joys, and losses. The gameplay involves simple mechanics like wiping dirt off surfaces, using magnifying glasses to spot details, and reading documents, but the real focus is on storytelling. Each item becomes a window into someone's life, and you decide what to do with that knowledge. Sell items to the right buyers who'll appreciate them, or keep special pieces for your personal collection. The game explores themes of memory, loss, preservation, and the emotional weight objects carry. The art style uses a muted color palette with detailed illustrations of the antiques and your cluttered shop. Discounty is a charming puzzle game where you help a friendly sloth manage a discount grocery store by organizing products on shelves to maximize customer satisfaction. You play as a helpful employee who needs to arrange items based on customer requests and store policies while dealing with limited shelf space and different product types. The gameplay revolves around spatial puzzles where you need to fit various sized items onto shelves while following rules like keeping cold items together or placing sale items in prominent positions. Customers come in with shopping lists, and your job is to make sure the products they want are properly stocked and easy to find. As you progress through levels, new mechanics get introduced, like perishable items that need quick placement or special promotions that require specific arrangements. The game has a relaxed pace with no timers putting pressure on you, so you can take your time figuring out the best layouts. The art style is colorful and cute, with a pixel aesthetic that gives it a retro feel. Between levels, you can upgrade your store with new shelves and decorations using the money you earn from satisfied customers. Untitled Goose Game lets you play as a mischievous goose whose only goal is to cause chaos in a peaceful English village. There's no complex story here. You're just a goose who wakes up and decides today is the perfect day to ruin everyone's morning by stealing their stuff, honking at them, and generally being a nuisance. Each area of the village has a to-do list of pranks and tasks to complete, like stealing a gardener's keys, trapping a boy in a phone booth, or making someone buy back their own stuff at the market. The stealth mechanics are simple but effective. You waddle around, hide in bushes, grab objects with your beak, and honk to distract people or just annoy them. The villagers will chase you if they catch you misbehaving, but they can't really hurt you. They just shoo you away and try to retrieve whatever you stole. The game is filled with clever environmental puzzles, where you need to figure out how to accomplish each prank using the items and situations around you. The charming piano soundtrack reacts to your actions, getting more intense during chase sequences. Date Everything brings a cozy and delightfully absurd twist to the dating sim genre on Nintendo Switch by turning ordinary household objects into fully voiced characters with their own personalities, emotions, and branching storylines. You explore a familiar suburban home while wearing a pair of enchanted glasses that allow you to interact with everything around you in unexpected ways, transforming simple items like kitchen appliances or furniture into quirky companions you can befriend or romance. The charm comes from how these encounters balance humor with genuine warmth, using playful writing and expressive hand-drawn visuals to give even the most mundane objects a surprising sense of depth. As you navigate different conversations, your choices influence your character's social traits, opening new dialogue options and shaping how each relationship unfolds. The pacing is relaxed, encouraging you to wander from room to room, discovering new objects to meet and learning their stories at your own speed. Even with its silly premise, the game leans into heartfelt moments, treating each connection with sincerity while never losing its comedic edge.
This is my scooter, Il Ragazzo Pazzo.
You know the gentleman goes around cleaning the house with his vacuum hose.
Name's Hoover. The friends just call me Hoo, though.
Besides,
House Flipper lets you buy rundown properties, renovate them from top to bottom, and sell them for profit in a satisfying loop of cleaning and construction. You start with simple jobs, where clients hire you to paint rooms, clean up messes, or install new furniture in their homes. The gameplay is first-person and hands-on. You'll use various tools to demolish walls, lay down new flooring, paint surfaces, install fixtures like toilets and radiators, and arrange furniture. Cleaning is a big part of the early game, where you'll mop floors, pick up trash, and scrub away dirt and stains until everything sparkles. As you earn money and level up your skills, you can purchase your own properties to flip, giving you complete creative freedom to redesign spaces however you want. The satisfaction comes from transforming disgusting, cluttered houses into beautiful, modern homes. You can knock down walls to create open floor plans, retile bathrooms, install new kitchens, and landscape outdoor spaces. The game includes a variety of furniture and decoration options, so you can style homes in different aesthetics. Each property you flip can be sold on the market, and buyers will pay more for well-designed spaces that meet current trends. A Short Hike is a peaceful exploration game set on a small island where you play as a bird named Claire, who's trying to reach the summit of a mountain to get cell phone reception. Your aunt has dropped you off at a provincial park for a relaxing day, but you're expecting an important call, so you set off to climb Hawk Peak, where the signal is strongest. The gameplay is all about exploration and talking to the various animal characters you meet along the trails. You start with limited stamina for climbing and flying, but as you explore the island, you'll find golden feathers that permanently increase your stamina, allowing you to reach higher areas and glide longer distances. There's no combat or time pressure. You just wander around at your own pace, discovering hidden paths, helping other visitors with small favors, and collecting shells and coins scattered around the island. The island is full of optional activities, like fishing, racing other hikers, playing volleyball on the beach, or finding secret treasures. The pixel art style has a nostalgic charm, with vibrant colors that capture the feeling of a perfect summer day. Snufkin, Melody of Moominvalley, is based on the beloved Finnish Moomin characters and follows the wandering musician Snufkin as he returns to Moominvalley for spring. The story focuses on Snufkin discovering that the valley has been overrun by park rangers who've posted restrictive signs everywhere and are disrupting the natural harmony of the place. Your goal is to restore freedom to the valley by removing these oppressive signs and helping the creatures who live there. The core gameplay combines exploration with stealth and music mechanics. You'll sneak past park rangers, solve environmental puzzles, and play melodies on your harmonica to interact with the world. Each area has signs you need to remove, but doing so requires careful planning to avoid getting caught by patrolling rangers. The game emphasizes themes of freedom, nature, and non-violent resistance that are central to the Moomin stories. You'll help various characters by completing quests, like reuniting a bug family or clearing paths for animals. The music system lets you learn new songs that have different effects, like calming aggressive creatures or revealing hidden paths. Little Kitty Big City puts you in the paws of an adorable cat who accidentally falls from their apartment window and needs to find their way back home through a bustling city. You play as a curious kitten exploring urban environments from a cat's perspective, where everything feels bigger and more interesting than it actually is. The gameplay centers around typical cat behavior. You can knock objects off tables and shelves, chase birds and other small animals, nap in cozy spots, meow at people, and generally cause harmless mischief around the neighborhood. The city is filled with other animals you can befriend, including a crow who becomes your unlikely companion and helps you navigate the urban jungle. As you explore, you'll complete small quests for various animal characters, like helping a chameleon find their lost color or assisting ducks with their daily routines. The game includes a hat collection system where you can find and wear different hats that give your kitten adorable cosmetic changes. Movement feels authentic to how cats actually behave, with playful pouncing, climbing abilities, and that characteristic feline curiosity. The art style uses a cute, low-poly 3D aesthetic with vibrant colors that make the city feel warm and inviting rather than intimidating. Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time, is a life simulation RPG where you create a character and choose from multiple job classes to live out adventures in a colorful fantasy world. The story follows your character as they encounter a mysterious girl who has the power to manipulate time, and you'll uncover the secrets behind her abilities while dealing with threats to the kingdom. The game lets you switch between 12 different life classes, including combat roles like paladin and mercenary, gathering jobs like miner and angler, and crafting professions like blacksmith and tailor. Each life has its own progression system, quests, and abilities, encouraging you to try multiple roles. The gameplay seamlessly blends action RPG combat with life sim activities. You can spend time battling monsters in dungeons, then switch to gathering resources and crafting equipment. The world is full of NPCs with their own stories and requests that span across different lives, creating an interconnected web of quests. You can customize your character's appearance and home, and there's multiplayer where you can adventure with friends. Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar offers a warm and inviting farm life experience on Nintendo Switch, mixing gentle daily routines with the lively charm of running a weekly market in Zephyrtown. You start by tending crops, caring for animals, and gathering materials, gradually shaping a small farm into a productive and comforting space. The cozy rhythm comes from preparing your goods throughout the week, then setting up your own stall at the bustling bazaar, where you arrange displays, interact with visitors, and try to draw attention with small touches of personality. This cycle gives a satisfying sense of progress, especially as your reputation grows and new opportunities open up around town. Exploring Zephyrtown also adds to the relaxed pacing. Friendly residents, playful nature sprites, and potential romance options give the world a soft sense of community that feels easy to sink into. The game includes clever touches like using windmills to craft refined items, and gliders to navigate the environment, adding variety without ever breaking the calm atmosphere. Every element is built to feel approachable, from the bright pastoral art style to the steady flow of tasks that let you unwind while still feeling productive.
There!
Stardew Valley is the gold standard of cozy farming games, where you inherit your grandfather's old farm in Pelican Town and escape corporate life to build a new future in the countryside. You start with a plot of overgrown land and basic tools, then gradually clear the space and start planting crops, raising animals, and creating a thriving farm. The gameplay loop is incredibly deep. You'll plant seasonal crops, water them daily, harvest for profit, raise chickens and cows for eggs and milk, go fishing in rivers and ocean, explore mines for resources and combat, and forage for wild items. The town is full of unique characters with detailed backstories, schedules, and preferences, and you can build relationships by talking to them and giving gifts. You can romance and eventually marry one of 12 candidates, regardless of gender. The game operates on seasons that change every 28 days, with different crops, fish, and events for each season. As you earn money, you can upgrade your tools, expand your farm buildings, and unlock new areas like the desert and island. The mine provides combat and resource gathering, with monsters to fight and valuable ores to collect. Community center bundles give you long-term goals by asking you to gather specific items to restore the town. And that's our top 30 cozy games for the Nintendo Switch. Whether you want to cause chaos as a goose, flip houses, or build the farm of your dreams, there's something here for every type of cozy gamer. These games prove that you don't need intense action or competition to have a great time. Sometimes, the best gaming experiences are the ones that just let you relax and create your own fun. What's your favorite cozy game on Switch? Did I miss any that you think deserve a spot on this list? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to SwitchTop for more Nintendo Switch content. Thanks for watching.